Hello, my beautiful angel starseeds and dreamers. Welcome back. My name is Violeta. This is a timeless tarot reading for you. Yes, you. If it resonates, take it. If it doesn't, leave it. All signs welcome. Okay, so Spirit says do the past, present, and future thing because I feel like you're working some things out, and Spirit wants to recognize how far you've come, and you just to see what you've worked through, what you're working through, and what you're going to be working through, and how magical the spiritual journey is. Oh, that's so beautiful. I didn't know that was going to come out, but that's what's coming out. So let's let's see what Spirit's gonna say. So what did you work on in the past? Six of Wands in reverse. You were afraid of success. You were afraid of success. You were afraid of being seen. You were afraid of being in the light, I'm hearing. So you were kind of hiding in plain sight, not doing anything that made you stand out, basically to survive, maybe some kind of childhood thing. Four of Pentacles, you were kind of holding things close. You were kind of trying to control things. You know, these were things that you were, in the past, those were your challenges. You were trying to control things, to hold yourself back from being all that you could be, because you were afraid of being seen. And King of Cups, you managed to overcome these challenges by opening your heart. By opening your heart and connecting to nature, to water, to your masculine, to your divine masculine, I'm hearing. And listen, you can be a divine feminine, but we all have feminine and masculine. So, you know, whatever energies you were working through, it doesn't matter what gender you are, okay? That's beautiful. Your heart helped you get through those challenges. And the Hanged Man, you were working through, yeah, I get it now. You were working through developing patience and learning that everything in its time. So you were always like, I want it now. This is obvious. I want it now. Like, I want them to contact me now, or I want to be together now, or I want to have this thing now. Like, it makes sense. Why is it not here yet? And it's because you were in this energy before, but not anymore. The thing is, this was your past. You were impatient. You were not understanding of divine timing, not like you are now. You needed to learn patience by being put in a lot of divine pauses, I'm hearing. You did, you learned to be patient with that method. Spirit is so smart. One more card. Ooh, that one fell. Nine of Wands. You were also working on not being so defensive because you were always afraid. Listen, you grew up a little bit harshly. And so everything was kind of surviving, kind of, protecting yourself, being afraid, this kind of energy. But being open and in your heart and going through these challenges helped you get where you are now. And this is where the next phase of the journey is the present moment. What are we dealing with in the present moment? Because these are clearly in the past and you've worked through a lot of those. I'm not saying you've perfected every one of those. I'm just saying that those are in the past mostly. So that's good, meaning that in the present there's something else. In the present, you're working on Seven of Wands, on preserving your energy from spirits and people and situations that drain you. So you're learning how to conserve your energy, preserve your energy, recharge, and really just rest up and be in your be grounded and balanced. And you're so in yourself now, caring so much about your own comfort and loving yourself so much, focusing so much on self-care, that now you're not going to let anybody or anything drain your energy without you saying so. You know, you give your energy willingly to people who give back, but not to people who don't give back, for example, or to bad situations or to bad habits or whatever, what have you. You know, people who take advantage. You do not deal with those kinds of energies anymore, those low vibrational energies, because you're so high vibrational, I'm hearing, that in your own bubble of light, of love, of peace. That's so beautiful. Queen of Pentacles in reverse. There's a little bit instability left from something that happened in the past. And also there might be a person around you who is not exactly deserving of your energy, but I'm not sure who that is. Someone who seems stable but is not. But you're recovering this, if this is you, you're recovering beautifully. You're recovering your stability beautifully. What else is in the present? The World in reverse. You've been closing out so many cycles. You're tired. And I have a feeling there's one more. There's a big one that's in your energy that's lingering. And you need to close it for good. And I know what you're going to say. I've closed it. I've closed everything. But Spirit is saying maybe you're just not seeing something, you know? So don't worry about it. You're working through it. Even if you're not actively working through it, unconsciously you are, okay? So don't worry about it. This is currently being processed and going to be figured out soon. And the Sun, you have so much energy and optimism and laughter and peace and joy and tranquility and adventure, and you're in your Sun era. I'm hearing you're just so happy. You're just so happy. Woo! 10 of Cups in reverse. You're not where you want to be yet. Okay, you don't have the whole package or whatever, but it's almost like you haven't turned your back on it, but you're like, oh, I'm happy, la 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 la. Who needs the whole package? You know what I mean? That kind of energy, like you know the full package is coming, like you know your ships are coming, you know your abundance, your blessings are coming, you know you're manifesting some amazing things, but you're so happy right now that you don't even care. You're not even waiting, you're not even looking around for it, you're just in the flow, peaceful, happy, a fairy. I love your energy, seriously. Okay, you're doing great. These are minor obstacles on your way, really nothing big. In the future, in the near future, the following few months, you're going to be dealing with look at Karma, she's so chill. Okay, 5 of Swords in reverse. In the future, you're gonna have very little. No, that's not true. Spirit is saying you will have headaches. Okay, so no. This is so confusing. Spirit, be clear, please. Okay, Spirit is trying to say there will be things that would have normally created headaches for you, right? You would have been, oh my God, I have to solve this and this and this and this, blah, 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 blah. But because you're in this calm and peaceful energy, you're going to be able to sustain this calm and harmony in your life and balance everything out and not fall into the headaches, black hole of stress, you know, like you're going to be just fine. And you're not going to be listening to people telling you, trying to convince you, oh, I can help you, or I can do that for you, or you should do it that way. nah, you're gonna do it your own way. You don't need anyone's input. Four of Swords. You're going to be resting a lot. Not in the way that nothing's happening and you're just sleeping all day. Not in that way. You're just going to be continuing to preserve your energy and prioritize these rest periods. So for example, let's say you're pretty busy all the time, right? But you're going to prioritize your rest, meaning you always sleep X amount of hours, or you always have specific time of the day when you'll be connecting with nature or recharging or what have you, meditating. You will prioritize your balance and rest and self-care, which is beautiful, Keep doing that. And obviously you will. This is the future, right? What else is going to happen in the future? I wonder, because I have a feeling, but I don't know. I don't know for sure, but I have a feeling. Let's see. The Tower. Something will shock you in the future, something surprising, something highly surprising, which will now clarify with some more cards. I can already tell what's going to happen. I mean, don't believe me, believe the cards, right? Because if I told you. Okay, let's see in the cards. Okay. The Emperor in reverse. Someone not in their power might come to you and try to distract you. Don't pay them any mind because they're not in the proper energy. Whoa. And of course, with the Queen of Swords, exactly, you're going to be like, go away, go away. So this might be the shock. This might be one of the shocks, but I'm hearing there's something else coming. Should I clarify? Okay, let's clarify what else is coming other than this person who's trying to overstep your boundaries. Okay. Eight of Swords, because they're in their head, they're stuck in their head. Listen, this is about this person. I wanted to hear about you. Sometimes the cards do this. Okay, you're going to be Knight of Cups. You're going to be dating or receiving flowers or an offer from somebody who might be younger than you. Is that the shock? Hold on. Is that the other shocking thing that's going to happen? Let's see. Yes, because the Magician, you've been manifesting it. You've been manifesting a love worthy of you. Not this upside down Emperor, but someone who truly knows what they're doing. And they're going to be romancing you. I'm telling you, this keeps coming in the past readings, and I also have a feeling, and this is because you've walked away from so many things, and from the last who fumbled you and couldn't handle it or whatever. It's just whatever. So and then okay, last card. I promise, no more peeking. Just last card, Spirit, please. One last card. I'm just being so silly. There were supposed to be just 5 cards, but I keep asking, and I just wanted to know. The Fool in reverse. It's not yet time for this new beginning, but it will be soon. Listen, I know it's sometimes frustrating when tarot readers are like, oh, this is coming, the love of your life, the soulmate, blah, blah, blah. They're going to ask you out. They're going to do something shocking, blah, blah. And you're waiting, and time passes, and you're like, well, that didn't happen. Listen, this is the energy in you and in other people right now. So someone might consider asking you out for the longest time and not do it because they haven't healed yet, or they're not ready yet, or you're not ready yet, or you haven't healed yet. You know what I mean? Like, everything has to be perfect for things to align in a positive way, because if things happen right now and you're still healing, or the other person is misaligned or whatever, they're working too much, they're whatever, arguing with their ex or whatever, you will mess this up, okay? If you're dealing with anything that's uncomfortable right now and you align or force it or push it, it's going to be painful for both and you're going to break it. You're going to mess it up. That's why people wait, because they want to make sure that they're not going to mess it up. And before I didn't understand, I was like, oh, pff, that's nonsense. We're going to work it out. But no, that's not how it works, because the mind has its own mechanisms and its own unconscious programs. And a really mature, intelligent person knows, and an emotionally intelligent person knows that if they haven't healed everything they needed to heal and they approach someone they think is the best thing ever, they're kind of kicking themselves, like shooting themselves in the foot, because something's gonna happen. They're gonna unconsciously, subconsciously, whatever, by accident, going to push you away or whatever. You know what I mean? They're gonna sabotage it, or you're gonna sabotage it because you're not ready. They don't feel like you're ready. Your energy is like closed off or whatever. So the thing is, for these positive, healthy relationships, connections to flourish, they need to be aligned in the best way, and you both need to be on the level that you need to be on. Okay? Because you probably know from a past connection that everything can blow up in your face because you're both unhealed. And so now that you're working on healing yourself so actively, and probably the other person is too, which I'm also sensing, this person is being really smart, holding off. And you're probably not even thinking about love right now because you're focused on your career or on self-care or recovering from the last disappointment. And honestly, I think that's best for everybody. It's like they're dealing with themselves, you're dealing with yourself, and one day you're gonna align, but you can't push it, okay? This is really important, because if you push it, some things are gonna happen, and then sometimes there's no going back. And yeah, sure, I mean, some would say, people can get together when they're finally healed, right? But I would also add that, yes, that is possible for a lot of things to happen, a lot of things to be sabotaged, blah, 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 a lot of water under the bridge. And then one day when you want to be together and you're healed, it's not that you can't forgive, you can. And it's just that we as human beings, we can't forget. It's harder to trust. It is possible for such a connection to prosper in the future, but a long time has to pass, a lot of healing has to pass. It's easier to hold off and then start fresh than do a bunch of stuff and make mistakes and all over the place and chaos and drama, and then spend the longest time recovering from that, trying to forgive and forget and move on and blah, blah, blah. And then trying to see the person in a different light, even though you clearly remember all the things from before. You know what I mean? It's so hard. I'm sure it's possible. Let me know in the comments if what you believe. Do you think after a lot of chaos, do you think healed individuals can truly be together and be happy? Or do you believe it's better to, hold off and just start fresh with somebody new? What do you think? I mean, I think both things are great and possible. It's just that I'm leaning towards one of them because for me personally, I'm not at a stage in my life where I can so easily forget all the madness that happened. Does that make sense? But some other people are more able to forget and forgive, and that's beautiful. I just am not that kind of person. What about you? What kind of person are you? Anyway, I don't know why Spirit kind of had me go on that tangent, but I'm sure it was important for someone, because I'm sensing something beautiful happening in your future that you've manifested that's going to shock you. And for some of you, it's going to be a person from the past. For some of you, it's going to be a person from the future. and it's gonna make you very happy. Okay. Okay. Listen, let's do some messages. The past things that you overcame. What about, do we need to know anything else there? Step into the sacred flow of yes. Everything that you've overcome so far has helped you to step into the sacred flow of life, of yes. You were like, no, 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 I don't want to. Meh, meh, meh. Now you're like, maybe, sure, we'll see. Yeah. You know, you're more open as a result of all of these lessons and challenges. You're more open to life, and that's beautiful. Unfinished business. Some kind of unfinished business from the past might pop up again, but that's a given. It usually does for closing out cycles and stuff, or, you know, starting new ones. It was always you from the start. Someone feels like that about you from your past. Someone from your past knew from the start who you were, but maybe they resisted it or something. I don't know. Anyway, let's see. Present challenges. I don't know why I'm talking like this. You are about to be rich. Somehow I knew this would come out. You're about to be rich in your present very soon. I don't know what to tell you. This has been coming out more and more. 1990s? 1990s. What happened in 1990s? What happened to you in 1990s? Let me know. One more. Surrender this to the divine. Exactly. Surrender everything to the divine. Currently, you're in your deepest surrender. Deepest surrender. I'm talking, you've surrendered all the bad stuff from the past, even all the good stuff that you want. You've surrendered everything. Now you're just free flowing, like a bird on the wind, like a feather in the wind, like a free, completely free agent. Nothing's holding you down or back. Not even your desires, nothing. You're free. You're completely free and at peace. And you've never been so surrendered in your life. And it feels amazing. Amazing. I love it. Okay, what about this future, these future things about people and stuff and things? Sorry, I'm so gay. I just, it's the energy. This cycle is over, finally. In the near future, you're going to be closing that big cycle that I mentioned before, the one that you're closing out currently. Currently, in the present, you're closing out a cycle. It's almost done. It's almost finished. It's soon to be over. Okay, and it's a big one. So, yay! Sometimes I want to kill you. Someone in your near future is gonna have some feelings about you that are not great, but you're not gonna care. Twin flames. Awkward. Yeah. Your twin flame might come back around. Don't worry, don't panic. You have your boundaries, you have your whatever you've decided, whether you've decided to give them another chance, whether you've decided to not give them another chance. Whatever you've decided, that's up to you, free will and everything. I truly believe in free will because I've been exercising it for a while now, and it's divine. It's divine. I love my free will. I love it. And listen, if you're on the twin flame journey and it's really frustrating, which I've been there, okay? I'm not there anymore, but I've been there. Download my free guide on twin flames, because it has all the really important, accurate information that you need, the whole journey, the phases and everything, and not too detailed because I just wanted you to have the basics in order to, hoping that it will give you some comfort. The link is below under get the free guides. It's on my website. I have a few more free guides. It's just that the twin flame journey is so misunderstood. Everyone is like, yay, union with your twin flame, blah, blah, blah. No, it's not about union. It's about spiritual growth, right? It's about us growing individually and maybe some of the couples managing to come together in this lifetime. Usually not, like 90% not in my experience. I mean, in my experience talking to people like that, doing the research, you know, all the things. Honestly, very small percentage get together in this lifetime, and that's fine, because what they're for is to push you into a growth journey and to keep pushing you into being your best self. Not, and they're not supposed to hold you back, you know, like some kind of chains, you know, like the old chain and ball, ball and chain, you know, like, no, you have free will, my friend, and you know this. And I have a feeling if you've surrendered currently, if you've surrendered the twin flame, even the label, the person, the whole thing, you're doing great. You're doing great. And if you haven't done that yet, I mean, you'll get there. I didn't believe it in the past. I was like, no, this is about getting together, so let's do the work, blah, blah, blah. And then I did the work and I was like, oh, this was all for me, not for another person or for us, or this was all for me. And I did it. And I'm happy now that I did it. And I'm thankful for this person, to this person, for giving me the push. I really am grateful for this person, but I don't want to, trust me, I don't want union. No, that's, let's not go into details because it's weird, but what I mean is you get to make the choices in your life, and spirit is like, you choose to be happy, right? You choose to be yourself. And that's good for us. So for example, if you don't want this one, we'll send you another one or another one. We'll send you something that matches your frequency. So, sorry, there's something in my throat and my voice might sound weird, but sorry, maybe block throat chakra or something. But basically what spirit is saying is that, listen, we want to send you something that aligns to your high frequency and to your self-love energy, and we want to send you something that matches that. And it's usually not the twin flame unless they've healed a lot too. If they haven't, then they come around to test your boundaries. But once you know what you deserve, you hold your boundaries firm. Like, you're not gonna, like, oh yeah, sure, come and use me as a doormat. No, you're not gonna do that. You're in your peace, in your happiness, and you could never. But yeah, the person usually does come around from time to time, testing the waters or whatever, but you're fine just saying no thanks or whatever, and keep going, focusing on you, and or even on a new relationship or something, you know, someone who really appreciates you from the start, or who really shows you how much they care, unlike the last one. So anyway, I've talked a lot in this reading, and normally I would do oracle cards as well, but I kind of feel like I've said everything that I needed to say. Maybe just quick oracles. Spirit says, okay, Spirit, let's do some oracles. So from the past, we have, no, hold on. Okay, the circle, the child, and upper world. Okay, so these are in reverse for some reason. In the past, you couldn't find a tribe that was Okay, I get why their reversed spirit just told me. So you couldn't find a group of people that matched your values, vibration, etc. But now you have. So this is past, going into present. The child, you kind of mistreated your inner child and didn't take care of it properly. Now you do. Well done. You didn't embrace your intuition, your spirituality fully. Now you have. That was smart, Spirit. That was smart. That was really smart. Okay. In the present, that was really smart. The blade and flow. Yes, step into the flow. Everything is in the flow. You've surrendered. Just go with the flow. This is what constantly comes up again. The blade. Be laser focused on what you want. Cut out any fat, anything unnecessary, anything that stands in your way between you and your goal. Be cutthroat, unyielding, sharp, and never lose sight of what you want. Okay? Never. But you know this. You know this. You're so focused on what you want, the owl, because you're so wise. Your inner wisdom knows. You're even getting downloads. I'm hearing that are future time, like different timeline, but in the future. But you're gonna be in that timeline. It's almost like you're entering. Okay, I'm hearing something really creepy. So not creepy. It's not creepy. It's just weird to a person who was until recently very, very, very rational, and now I'm not saying these are rational things. I'm just saying they're beyond the rationality of the mind, right? Anyway, I'm hearing something very cool that you've been getting downloads from a timeline of abundance that you are now entering. So you're getting flashes and images of things that are going to happen in this timeline that you have now entered. So any flashes of, like, you think, oh, that would be nice, or, you know, just something that pops into your brain, you're like, oh, that's a nice image. Well, that image, especially if it repeats, is going to happen. Maybe in your dream, maybe you've seen it in your dreams, maybe during the day, maybe whatever, you know, it just pops into your head, and that's an image from this timeline, and it's gonna happen. Spirit just told me. I swear, spirit, I'm spitting all over myself. Spirit keeps telling me, right, the same thing over and over, and I think you're being told the same thing, and I'm being told now to tell you, trust your intuition. Sometimes you doubt it because you're like, no, there's no way, there's no way, there's no proof, there's nah, not that good, or not that person, nah. You think of 1,000 reasons why not something, but actually, you know. And I think you're starting to accept that. You're starting to surrender to your knowing. You know who and what. You don't know how and when, but you know. It's okay. You can just surrender to it. Surrender. Even if people think you're crazy, or you think you're crazy, you're not crazy. You know. You've been sent so many downloads. Come on, give it up already. Give up the resistance already. The rainbow, I'm telling you, in the near future, there's going to be so much motion and so many colors, so many things happening and changing. Confirmation burp. Another one. So much the beloved. There's going to be a love worthy of you. There's going to be a love worthy of you. And work hard, please. I knew it. I told you. I'm telling you this. And your blessings are coming. Your harvest is going to be very rich, richer than you expected. Are you ready? Because I don't think you're ready. I think you think that some blessings are coming, some abundance is coming, some money is coming, and you're like, oh, but you don't know how much. You don't know. And when it happens, it's going to be a little overwhelming. So don't freak out, okay? Don't be like, oh my, what? Prepare for the fact that it might be more than you thought, okay? The sorcerer, because you're the magician, because you've been manifesting all this. Don't forget, you've been manifesting all this. It's okay. And you healed the whole fear of success, fear of being seen. You're gonna be seen. You're gonna be talked about if you're not already. Some amazing things are going to happen in your life, and people are gonna give you as example of what it means to turn your life around, you know, like that's another one of my free guides. Sorry, I didn't mean to like throw them on you, but this just reminds me of the Kundalini Rising guide, which is about the spiritual journey and how the whole process. And you might think, oh, what is this Kundalini? I don't know what this is. You might think, oh, it's some kind of yoga. Read it. It's completely free on my site. Okay, no emails, no nothing required. Just I did some research, I made the guide, and honestly, I was stunned. This was my spiritual journey from start to finish, okay, which is usually activated by the twin flames connection. So the thing is, if you're on this journey too, you're probably on one of those stages in the Kundalini rising. Even if you don't know what Kundalini is, or if you haven't felt it rising or whatever, you know, just read it. Maybe it's going to be interesting for you. But I have a feeling you're going to recognize some of the stages. And it was amazing for me when I did, because I was like, stage 5, really? There's 6 stages. Honestly, I don't know. I don't know. Like, let me know which stage you are on if you happen to figure it out. But yeah, anyway, it just, let me know whatever you want in the comments. I'm always happy to hear from you. Are you on the twin flame journey too? Because it was really frustrating up to a point, and I'm sorry if it's still frustrating for you. I really am. I feel for you. I feel for you. But trust me, you'll get to a point where it's not so frustrating. At least in my experience, in other people's experience, you get there eventually, but you just have to go through a lot of shit, a lot of shadows, a lot of meh. But it's okay, you'll get there. Unless you have already gotten there, which I feel like you have, because based on the surrender and the flow and all the things, and based on Spirit telling me to tell you about Kundalini. Okay, anyway, that's all for today. Let me know in the comments if it resonates, like, subscribe, all those nice things, and I'll see you in the next video, okay? I'm so proud of your progress. You have made such an amazing progress. You're amazing. I love you.